Hey everybody, it's Eric from Thomas Hills Ranch, and I just wanted to share a little bit of the homesteading life with you. Yes, we are here and running our business on our property, and so most of my videos have to do with goats and how I'm setting up my goat business. But with that, living out in rural America, there are a lot of steps that you need to do to set up rural life. I guess you don't need to do it if you want to, be going to town all the time, but we don't. We want a little independence out here. We want a little sustainability, I guess you call it. And so a couple of the things we're doing, I'll just take you around here real quick. Forgive the quick camera movements or shaky camera movements. But when we were going from San Antonio, we were in a, 2,000 plus square foot house. Well, we are moving, or have moved, to a 1,400 square foot house with no garage. And this was what we had set up. This, I imagine, judging by the condition of the beams inside, was put up in probably 1930, around there, and because that's when the house was built. And it's been pieced together with band-aids and used parts, and just it leaks like a sieve. So my wife told me, nope, you are not storing our stuff in there. So one of the first projects we did was to build a shed. What I see as a giant shed. It's not too huge, but this was really my first hack at building a structure, I guess. I've finished basements before, and I was okay at it. Wasn't super good, but I learned a lot over the years. And so this was one project my boys and I took on, which was a great time teaching them what I know, and just seeing them, now that they're older, seeing them be able to build a structure like this. It was good fun. So this is not only the loft. The reason it's so tall, one, is because I made a mistake in the measurements, but it worked out well for me, because now I have a huge loft to store all our stuff, and then the bottom floor is where my tools are, and I can do a little, have a little workshop in there. Second thing I wanted to set up was, and actually, yeah, I guess this did come after the shed, was the compost bins. And I've used this design before. We use this in North Dakota, and I've seen a lot of designs. Honestly, this is cheap, quick, and easy to set up. I just used some posts, don't even have any screws in it. I just used some posts and some pallets that were already on the property, both the posts and pallets, and we started composting. Well, we're just a family of 4 and a family of 3 during the college school year, and so we don't produce much waste, I guess, to go in here, and we don't have a garden yet, and so a lot of what you see in here now is actually leaves, and so we put our leaves in there just from around the property that we're gathering up around the house, get them out of the way. I know leaf mold is good for gardens, so eventually, once that really gets going, we're going to be able to get some good compost out of that, hopefully. And I also don't have a barn to clean out, so that is the drawback, I guess, of that. In North Dakota, I had a chicken coop and some stalls to clean out, and so compost was coming all year round. The next thing we put up were some raised beds. These are really easy raised beds, and I found these on the internet. I forget where, honestly, but you can find tons of them just like this. This was a real simple design. It was a little shorter than or smaller than I wanted, so I lengthened it. I did keep it to 4 feet wide, just so I could reach out to the center to make sure I wasn't, stressing my back. That's my whole concern with a raised bed. I really wanted to do this, especially after being in North Dakota, where we had I think it was like a 1/4 acre garden. I way overdid it, and the soil there was so great that everything just thrived. And so back-breaking work, bending over all the time, especially trying to weed. We had weeds galore. The weeds grew better than the fruit and vegetables, so that was always a hassle. So anyway, here is my attempt to hopefully deal with, one, the weeds. Hopefully we won't get too many weeds in there. I'm going to put some good topsoil in there. And then 2, be able to not have to bend over all the time for that. What we did when we made this, we started with, I don't know if you're familiar with hugelkultur. We started deep down in here with some, basically wood. And we've got some big chunks of wood in there because we had a tree fall. And the idea is that the wood will rot underneath, and it will retain water and compost down. Then I put the leaf mold on it, and then I just got some mulch delivered that will go on top of that, and then we'll put our topsoil. And just so we have plenty of material on the bottom to retain that water and to compost down, give it some microbiotic life, hopefully, that'll help the fruits and vegetables grow. So we'll see how that goes. And the next thing, because we're new here, I don't really know the soil. I know we are on a loamy soil. I assume the pH is high just because of what grows around here and what doesn't grow around here, the types of trees. So I have looked into it a little bit. I haven't done an official soil test. So this is kind of my control. The raised beds are my control, so I can put as good a soil as I want in there and make sure stuff grows. This is kind of a test garden that we're going to do. I'm just killing off the grass here, just covered it up. I should have mowed it down first, but my little mower wouldn't start, and you know, it was late in the day, so I just covered it with tarps, and we're going to kill that off. And then I imagine I'll just get rent a rototiller and till up the soil real nice and just, again, see what grows. I believe a lot of this is where a lot of our squash will go, just because it spreads so much, and I don't want to take over my bins here with a bunch of squash that are, even though I do love squash, I think it'll be overwhelming for them. Over here is the next project we did. We do want chickens on our farm. What's a farm without chickens? I got this from another YouTuber, Justin Rhodes, if you want to check him out. He's got some great videos up there. This is his chickshaw, actually chickshaw 2.0. Directions were pretty simple. You know, it's got a wire floor, so basically as you move your chickens around your property, you're laying their manure down. It's kind of like a chicken tractor, like the Salatin chicken tractors, but on a much smaller scale. And really, this is just a place for them to live, a place for them to roost at night. In the day, I will have them out in the pasture, and I'm going to put them out in the pasture someplace. My thoughts are they'll follow the goats around just to add some different manure and to break up the goat manure. But I don't know, that plan may change. In the back here, it's got your nesting boxes which pull out. The plans did not have a door on this, so I've got my door there, which I have yet to put on, but I will put it on eventually. So we'll see. Supposedly it holds, I don't know, up to 40 chickens, I think he says, 36 to 40 chickens. I don't know if I'll go that far, but we'll get a few chickens just so we get some egg operation going there. Another thing I wanted to show you was I mentioned earlier, the mulch pile. So this is mulch I got for free. And I don't know if it's the same in every town, but the city hires folks to really to take care of the power lines, to make sure the trees aren't getting too close to the power lines. And so I just kind of pulled up to them one day and said, hey, do you guys where do you dump your mulch? Because I was thinking I'd just go there and shovel some in if there were a public area. Like I know a lot of cities will have a public area where they dump it, and you can go get your own. Well, these guys said, well, where do you live and how much do you want? So I told them to give me a load, and a full load, and yesterday they came and dumped this off, and now I've got some mulch for whatever I need it for, whether it be adding it to the compost bins or use it as bedding maybe, I don't know. But anyway, those are kind of some of the projects, some of the winter projects we've been doing over the past few months, and trying to get ready for spring and get our homestead up and running. I hope you enjoy this video. God bless and take care.